Welcome to the Ultimate Switch Guide, brought to you by us here at Bizer. We have spent countless hours researching every single model, every revision of the entire Nintendo Switch family, all to answer one big question: which one is right for you? And maybe more importantly, what's coming next? I mean, seriously, how does a console sell over 150 million units? It's a massive success story. So let's trace that incredible journey, right from the launch that changed everything, all the way to the powerhouse console it was always destined to become.
All right, so Section 1, a revolution begins. To really truly understand the Switch's impact, you have to see how it evolved. So we're going to start at the very beginning, with the idea that completely redefined what a console could even be. Yeah, see, this wasn't a one-and-done kind of release. Not at all. Nintendo was playing the long game here, consistently refining its vision over an 8-year span. Every single one of these steps was a deliberate upgrade, building toward a true successor.
And it all started right here, March 3rd, 2017. The original Switch, model HAC001. Now, this thing was a total game changer at launch, but what's really fascinating is that today it's pretty famous in the homebrew and modding community because of a unique hardware exploit that made it incredibly versatile. Okay, Section 2, refining a classic. Nintendo knew they had a winner on their hands, but they didn't just sit back. The next two revisions really show a company doubling down on that core experience, but tweaking it to appeal to different kinds of players. See that tiny little -01 in the model number for the V2? That tiny change signals something massive. The battery life jumped from a max of around 6.5 hours to a full 9 hours. And they did that without changing the screen or the storage. So what was the secret? You might just assume, oh, they put a bigger battery in it, right? But that's not what happened at all. The improved battery life didn't come from a bigger power pack. It came from a much smarter, more efficient processor. And here is the key takeaway for anybody out there hunting for a used console. The V2 model, you can spot it by the XKW serial and the red box, delivered much longer play sessions. The trade-off, though? Nintendo patched that security flaw, which closed the door on all the easy modding that made the original V1 so famous. Then, in 2021, Nintendo dropped a premium upgrade. The OLED model didn't boost the processing power, but it made the handheld experience so much better. That larger, super vibrant screen, double the storage, and a kickstand that, actually worked, made it an instant favorite for anyone who plays mostly in handheld or tabletop mode. Of course, the Switch story isn't just about technical specs. No way. Beyond the standard models, the console became a canvas for some of the most incredible and sought-after special editions we have ever seen in gaming. First, you've got the blockbuster hits. I mean, these editions celebrated huge game launches and just became instant must-haves for fans. The Animal Crossing one, for example, that was the first time we ever saw a white dock, and the Tears of the Kingdom design is just absolutely stunning. Then you've got these deeper cuts, for the really dedicated collectors. The Japan-only Disney Tsum Tsum console is a perfect example. It has these unique Mickey ears right on the home button. And that Mario Red and Blue edition, that was the first time the entire console, not just the Joy-Cons, came in that iconic red. And finally, we get to the rarest of the rare, the consoles that were almost impossible to get your hands on, even when they first came out. These are the true holy grails for collectors. And this just brilliantly illustrates the extreme rarity some collectors are chasing. That cardboard-themed Labo edition, only 3 units were produced, worldwide, and the Trials of Mana console was a competition prize, which makes its value pretty much impossible to estimate. But after years of refinements and all these special editions, everything changed. In June of 2025, Nintendo launched the true successor, and believe me, it was a massive leap forward. So let's just talk about power for a second. The Switch 2 delivered a staggering 10-fold increase in graphics performance. I mean, to put that in perspective, that's not just an iteration, that's a true generational leap. And all that power means one thing gamers have been waiting for: true 4K. For the very first time, a Nintendo hybrid could output at 4K resolution when it was docked, finally bringing it in line with other modern platforms. That massive leap in performance, it triggered an absolute buying frenzy. The Switch 2 shattered sales records, moving over 6 million units in just 7 weeks. That made it the fastest-selling Nintendo console ever. And the spec sheet here, it really tells the whole story. From a custom NVIDIA chip with modern features like DLSS and ray tracing to 12 gigs of fast RAM and a beautiful 1080p 120Hz screen for handheld play, this is a true next-gen machine from top to bottom.
But it's not just about the raw power. You know Nintendo. They also introduced some fantastic quality of life and gameplay features. Those new magnetic Joy-Cons are a great touch, backward compatibility is absolutely crucial for existing fans, and that new mouse functionality opens up all kinds of possibilities for different game genres.
So, with all these models out there, which Switch is actually the one for you? Here is the official Bizer breakdown. Ultimately, the best console really just depends on what kind of gamer you are. If you love homebrew and tinkering, you gotta find an original V1. If you play mostly on the go, that OLED screen is absolutely unmatched. If you demand the best performance, well, the Switch 2 is the obvious choice. And if you just love to display your passion, a special edition is the way to go. So after this incredible journey, from a revolutionary concept to a technical powerhouse, we're left with one final thought. The original Switch completely redefined hybrid gaming. As we head into this new era, the big question is, what new ground will its successor break?